Alright, welcome back to solution to one-way ANOVA using Microsoft Excel step by step. Remember, if you've not subscribed, click on subscribe right now and also like this video. So in the Excel sheet, this is what we have at this point. So now we are going to compute SS total, SS within, and SS between. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do, we are going to take the difference for this group, D and also D squared. You already know how to do this from the previous exercise, but I'm going to just repeat the step. So what we are going to do, we calculate difference between each of the value and the mean. So equal to this minus this. Okay, so that is what it gives us. So we have minus 1.3. Remember, we need to make this to be the mean to be absolute value, so that when we drag down it doesn't change the cell reference. So add $sign to L and also to 19. So in this way, if we drag down, it doesn't change anything. Here we square the D by using this M3 raised to power, that is the caret symbol on your keyboard. In my keyboard, the caret symbol is above the 6th key. The 6th, the caret symbol is just there. So I don't like this displaying plenty of decimal points, so I'm going to change it to, as you can see, it's ridiculous. What's wrong with it? 16 decimal places, is it mad? So change to 2. This is fine. So I'm going to select this and drag all the way down. Alright, so this is what we have. This is what we have right now. And now I'm going to take the sum here. Actually, just copy this and paste here, and then copy this and also paste there. So that gives us the sum and the mean. So just to make this look a little presentable, I'm going to use this. I'm going to then use this, and finally I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one and then make everything bold. Alright, so now we need to calculate SS total and SS between and SS within. Let's see. We have SS total, SS between, and SS within. That is what we are going to calculate right now. SS total, SS between, SS within. So let's set them up. SS total, let's call it SST, SSB, SSW. Okay, so let me just shift this one a little bit upwards. It doesn't change anything, and this one goes a little bit upwards. Alright, so that's the next thing we are going to calculate. Now, how do you calculate the SS total? Okay, SS total means sum of squares total, which is equal to this plus this. So somehow we already have SS total calculated for us here. Now, but I'm going to just leave it out for now and go and calculate SS between and SS within. SS within is very simple. Just sum all the means together and you get SS within. Just sum up all the mean together, right? Sum up all the square mean together. So you are summing this, right? Because this is the squared sum of squares for all the groups, right? Good. So equal to sum of square for group 1 plus equal to sum of square for group 1 this plus what is happening, equal to this, that's sum of square for group 1 plus for group 2 this is the sum of square means for group 2. Okay, so I think we are okay. Let's see. Okay, so sum of squares is a sum, not the mean, is actually the sum. So is equal to this plus this plus this. Alright, so this is sum of squares within. Now pay attention to how to calculate the sum of square between, because that is a little tricky. Alright, let me add this border so that it looks a little presentable. Okay, so alright, so actually I'm gonna remove it. Let's remove it, no border. So I'm going to add lines, underscores for all of them, alright, so and I'm going to just put a shading on this one. Alright, so SS within is equal to the sum of squares, all the sum of squares, this plus this plus this. SS between, now I'm going to explain to you. SS between is equal to the sum of squares when you consider the groups to be items, and then you consider the groups to be items, right? And then you consider the means to be the actual items. Let's go ahead to calculate it, and then it becomes clear. So now we are going to subtract each of the we are going to subtract the total mean, right? The total mean here minus the mean of each of the group. So what it means is that for group 1 we have the mean for group 1, the mean, equal to the mean for group 1 minus the total mean, right? The mean for group 1 minus the total mean squared. I'm sure you are following. If not, you can just leave a comment below telling me to make a clear explanation. But at this point you are subtracting the mean of the groups and the total mean of all the groups. So we are subtracting the mean of the group minus the one for the total. So that is for group 1 we have this, then plus for group 2 we have for group 2 we have the mean, right? This is the mean for group 2 minus the total mean. We have the mean for group 2 minus this, right? And then we raise to power 2, and then we do for the third one the mean of group 3, right? And then let's put a bracket first, the mean for group 3 minus the total mean and v raised to power 2 and then enter. Right, so let me format it to make it only 2 decimal places so that we could at least see. So we have 604.59. 604.59, but that is not the correct answer. So finally you are going to multiply everything by the number of items in the group. How many items in the group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have to multiply by 5, and that gives us 3022. Now I want you to verify that this summation of the sum of square between and sum of square within gives us the total sum of square of this. So it's, let's say, equal to this plus this. So you see, it gives us exactly the same figure. Alright, so let me just write this formula here, equal to this plus this. No? Equal to this plus this. Yeah, so that is what we have right there. Okay, so so what next? Let's look at the procedure. Okay, so at this point we've calculated all the sum of squares. Now we calculate the degree of freedom. df total, df within, and df between. It's about the same way you do with the sum of squares, but slightly different. So let's put our degrees of freedom here. df total, df between, df within. The degree of freedom total is the same as the total number of values or observations minus 1. So is equal to n minus 1. So equal to n is 5 times 5 because 5 times 3 because we have 3 groups of 5 each. So we have 15 minus 1. We have 15 minus 1, and that gives us 14. Now let's calculate for degree of freedom within first. So degree of freedom within is equal to n minus k, right? What it means is the total number of data minus the number of groups. So in this way you have 15, the total number, minus 3. That gives us 12, right? That is degree of freedom within. Now degree of freedom between, of course if you subtract 14 minus 2 you have it, but the way to do it is equal to k minus 1, which is number of groups minus 1. Number of groups is 3, so we have 3 minus 1, and that gives us 2. Alright, let me just copy this format, use format painter to just apply it here so that it looks good. Alright, so what is the next step now? What is the next step? Although we've come a long way, but let's just finish up because we are almost there. The next step is to now calculate the MS between and MS within, right? MS between and MS within. So this is very simple. Let's calculate it here. MSB and MSW, right? So MSB is simply SSB over DFB. SSB over DFB, right? Yeah, that is it. MS within is SSW over DSW. That is sum of squares within over degree of freedom within. So equal to this over this. Alright, so that is what we have. Let me try to make it 2 decimal places. Okay, and that is fine. So at this point we are making headway. Maybe you can just take a bottle of beer because we're almost through. Okay, so and finally we need to calculate the F statistic, and let's now continue with that in the next video as we calculate the F statistic and then finalize. Remember to subscribe on this channel. Click on the subscribe button right below, and also like this video if it's been informative for you. Let's continue in the next video. Remember to take some time to get these things around your head so that at least you get used to it.